Hi, I'm Dave Epstein, and welcome to this edition of Growing Wisdom. Today we're going to talk about how to grow tomatoes organically and prevent many of the diseases that are common to growing tomatoes. So one of the things I'm trying to do is be 100% organic in my vegetable garden, and as a homeowner, I'm just growing for myself and several of my friends. I've already gotten certain things to be organic, like my lettuce and my peas, and now we're on to tomatoes. And this has been a bit of a challenge because tomatoes do have several diseases that can affect them during the course of the growing season. If you want to grow tomatoes organically, let's start at the beginning with the variety of tomatoes you choose to grow. Let me tell you about 4 varieties that will give you a nice balance of tomato types: Jasper, Mountain Magic, Defiant, and Plum Regal. What those 4 varieties will do is give you a slicer, a cherry, a plum, and a cocktail tomato. So why those 4 varieties? Well, they are resistant to late blight, and that's one of the things that does affect tomatoes, especially towards the end of the growing season. This doesn't mean that those are the only 4 varieties you can grow. I grow other varieties because I like different colors, different shapes. I also like different flavors. But if you have a problem with disease, those 4 varieties are a great place to start to eliminate disease from your garden. Once your tomatoes are growing during the course of the year, there's a few organic steps you need to take in order to keep some of these diseases off your tomatoes. One of the things about plant diseases is that they can become resistant to some of the products we use to treat them. It's similar to how we rotate antibiotics to treat humans. So I've got these 4 products here that really do help to treat or prevent the tomato diseases, especially early and late blight and septoria. So the first one here is this product called Regalia. Regalia is a plant-derived product, and think of it like vitamins for plants. It's basically going to turn on the plant's natural immune system and really help that plant to fight any of the diseases it might get. So the first product, of course, kind of turns on the plant's natural defense systems. Now we're going to use Actinovate. This is another product that's out there. This particular product helps to suppress the fungus if it is present on some of the tomato plants. So this is another preventative, a great product. You can mix it in something like this, which is a tank sprayer. Now, one of the things you want to do is you want to constantly be checking your plants, be sure that you don't have any diseases on them. So really look carefully at the leaves and see what's going on there. As you monitor things during the growing season, you may find that you have signs of some of these diseases. There are a couple of products we can use. Let me tell you about the first one. This is Oxidate. And so Oxidate is another one of these fungicides, bactericide. Again, it's organic. This is going to help to suppress and control early blight, late blight, and septoria on your tomatoes. And remember, we're talking about tomato diseases here. You can take the same approach with other plants that are also susceptible to funguses. So the last product is a copper-based product, and this is kind of the big gun in your organic arsenal. Copper-based products will really help to control any of these nasty funguses that your plants might get. Here's the caveat. Copper is a toxin in the soil. So although it's organic and it's approved for organic gardening, if you were to apply it too much, you're going to start to build copper up in the soil, and that's not good. That's where the rotation comes in. That's why we're rotating between these different products and not using copper every week. There are certain conditions that are really conducive to the fungus kind of exploding on your plants. If you don't have the conditions, moisture, high humidity, cool, moist weather, warm, moist weather, then you don't need to use these products nearly as frequently. In the high pressure type of weather, you might need to close in the gap of rotating these products to 5 to 7 days. In really dry, fine weather, like we have today, maybe it's once every 14 days. So how do you know what's going on? Well, there's a lot of great resources out there. You can check some of your favorite gardening websites, but one of the best resources are the local extension services in your area. Go to the website, check out the extension services, for example, the Cornell Extension Service in New York, and they're going to have reports when there are these different blights. There's also a website, and you can see it here, that does report blights on tomatoes. So when you use these products, read the label, follow the label. It's actually against the law to use the product in a manner that's inconsistent with the way it's supposed to be used. You know, there's an interesting study that was done several years ago that showed that many homeowners actually use products like this and put more toxins in their garden than commercial growers. So if you're a homeowner watching this video, pay attention to the label. It's very important. More is not better. As a matter of fact, it can often be very bad. So think of these products as a toolkit, an arsenal against some of the bad things that can happen to your tomatoes during the course of the growing season. rotate the products through, pay attention to what's going on in your garden, use the products carefully, and you'll be sure to have organic tomatoes from your garden. For Growing Wisdom, I'm Dave Epstein.